Dallas Jenkins is building a biblical universe around the TV series The Chosen, but he does not want you to call it faith-based. Dallas and his 5 and 2 studios are planning interconnected projects drawn from the Bible, but he says the stories are not just for Christians. I will explain what kind of audience Dallas imagines for his projects, but I need to tell you this first. Last month, it was officially confirmed that Joseph of Egypt is currently in development thanks to a partnership between 5 and 2 Studios and Amazon Prime Video. Let's talk about everything we know. I mean, of course, Dallas Jenkins knows that The Chosen comes with an implication that it's for people of faith, right? It's a story about Jesus, but he thinks that a good 30 or 40% of the show's audience are not traditionally faithful people, and he knows that his future biblical adaptations will have a similar type of audience split. He hopes that his shows will have a broader appeal. And he wants to do that with a connected universe of stories. For example, The Chosen Adventures is a children's show that follows 2 children who each meet Jesus. Other shows that are in development are Book of Moses and The Way, focusing on the Acts of the Apostles, and of course, the subject of this video, Joseph of Egypt. And there's some additional good news. We will get Joseph of Egypt before The Chosen is done with its final season, whereas Book of Moses and Acts of the Apostles are scheduled to start production after Dallas is done with The Chosen. And don't worry, Dallas promises that these new shows will be as authentic as The Chosen, and they will feel human. Because he says, and he's right, most Bible projects that we've seen, including classics like the 10 Commandments, don't really feel like real human beings talking. When you watch projects like that, you feel like those people are statues, but Dallas does not want to do that. He wants to tell the story of real human beings. And he believes that because he's focusing on the quality of the story, that opens these projects to people who just like good storytelling. They're willing to watch stuff that's from a different culture, different faith, and different backdrop. The only criterion they have is it good enough? And I'm so happy that Joseph of Egypt is the first big project within this Bible cinematic universe, thanks to the partnership between Amazon MGM Studios and Dallas Jenkins. But bad news, Dallas is not going to direct the show or write it because he's still working on The Chosen's final 2 seasons. But he will still act as an executive producer, and he entrusts the project to Craig Wright, who will serve as writer and executive producer. And it's good that Craig is not a stranger to religious dramas. He's the creator of the series Greenleaf, set at a Memphis megachurch. He's also responsible for co-creating the show Tyrant at FX and creating the ABC drama Dirty Sexy Money. And you won't believe this, his writing credits include shows like Lost, 6 Feet Under, and Mr. Peabody and Sherman. Let's return to the show. Joseph of Egypt will be a limited series, meaning that it will only have 1 season and will tell the story of Joseph in one go with 8 episodes. The official log line for the show is, betrayed by jealous brothers, Joseph defies all expectations and rises to incredible power in Egypt, second only to Pharaoh. But when his past catches up with him, he's confronted with the ultimate test. We all know the story, right? In the book of Genesis, Joseph is the son of the prophet Jacob and Rachel. But when Jacob starts showing favoritism among his sons and favors Joseph more, his other brothers get jealous and sell him into slavery in Egypt. The rest of the story is full of hardships, but eventually it's about Joseph's rise in position because of his ability to interpret the Pharaoh's dreams, which saves Egypt from a terrible famine. You might have watched the story on screen before. For example, you might have seen the 1995 miniseries about Joseph with Ben Kingsley playing Potiphar, the guy who purchases Joseph as a slave. There's even an iconic musical called Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat. Now let's talk about casting. Everything is kept under wraps. It's impossible to know who they're casting as Joseph, but in a previous video I said Shahar Isaac would be a great candidate to play the character, and some of you guys agreed in the comments under the video. But you also proposed a few other cast members from The Chosen, like Elijah Alexander, though I think he's a bit too old for the character, and Giovanni Cairo, who's another great candidate in my opinion. But if you've seen the Netflix show about Moses, you probably noticed that they chose a pretty much unknown actor for the role, so I feel like they'll do something similar for this project too. And most of us know people like Shahar and Giovanni for their roles as Peter and Thaddeus, so it would be weird to see them play Joseph, I think. But still, do tell me, who do you imagine as Joseph of Egypt in this new series? Let me know in the comments. Now let's talk about the trailer and release date. Last year, I remember Dallas saying Joseph of Egypt would come out before The Chosen Season 7, and we know that the first 2 episodes of The Chosen Season 7 will be out in theaters in March 2028. So Joseph should be out in 2027. But if they start filming this year, we may also see it toward the end of 2026. They may drop it as a surprise, but we'll see. As for the trailer, I expect at least a teaser to come out during the Chosen Con in February 2026 because I think they'll start filming it by then and we'll have behind the scenes footage or at least a short teaser by then. Are you excited? And if you want to know more about that Book of Moses series, check out this video.